Look around any modern room, and electricity seems like a single, unified force. The power charging a smartphone and the power spinning that ceiling fan feel exactly the same. But if we zoom in and look strictly at the interior of the wire, that unified force actually splits. Electricity operates through two completely distinct mechanisms. We call them direct current, or DC, and alternating current, or AC. Even though they power the exact same devices on the outside, the microscopic physics happening inside these two tracks are entirely different. Before a battery is connected or a switch is flipped, a standard copper wire is already packed with billions of free electrons. This diagram shows a microscopic cross-section of that wire. Notice that these free electrons aren't sitting still. Thanks to ambient thermal energy, they are constantly bouncing and colliding in every possible direction. Because this microscopic motion is completely random, it cancels itself out. Without a voltage source to push them, all of this frantic activity generates zero actual flow. When we connect to battery, the applied voltage creates a nearly instant pulse, an electric field sweeping through the conductor. In response, the chaos stops. Every electron begins to slowly drift together in the exact same direction. This synchronized one-way movement is direct current. The battery acts as an organizing force, converting thermal jitter into a steady mechanical flow. But this drift reveals a strange paradox. If these physical particles barely move, how does a light bulb across the room turn on the exact millisecond you hit the switch? The actual energy moves through the electric field we saw a moment ago. That invisible field travels at a significant fraction of the speed of light, racing entirely past the sluggish electrons. The physical matter inside the wire isn't the energy itself. The electrons are just the stationary medium that allows a high-speed energy wave to propagate forward. If we replace the battery with an AC generator, the mechanics change completely. Electrons stop drifting and instead oscillate, shifting back and forth continuously. This rhythmic back-and-forth motion is alternating current. Notice that not a single electron ever travels the full distance to the device it's powering. Think of a crowded line of people standing shoulder to shoulder. The person at the back leans forward, transferring that push to the next person, and the next. The kinetic wave travels instantly to the front of the line, even though no individual person actually took a step. Electricity operates exactly the same way. Continuous forward momentum isn't required to transfer energy. Localized, synchronized oscillation delivers the high-speed wave just as effectively. This brings us to a common misconception. Textbooks often illustrate alternating current with a curving sine wave. This graph floating above the wire leads many people to imagine electrons traveling down a cable in a literal wavy path. They do not. As you can see here, the sine wave is simply a mathematical map of intensity over time. When the curve dips below the center axis, it just means the current is reversing direction. Inside the copper, the physical electrons remain strictly on a straight horizontal track. The abstract graph charts the timing of the wave, separate from the physical reality of the particles themselves. At the microscopic level, these are two very distinct mechanical realities. Direct current relies on a steady directional drift, while alternating current relies on a tight rhythmic oscillation. But as we zoom out, leaving the exposed copper and returning to the scale of the room, that underlying mechanical difference disappears. Whether the particles drift or oscillate, both choreographies flawlessly execute the exact same task, delivering the invisible energy wave that actually powers the room.